Now, look, I want to make the point in this situation that I've dealt with the feelings and emotions behind the wrongful removal of my daughter and the wrongful termination of my rights. My rights were terminated because I defended the police during COVID. Nothing more, nothing less. Our visitations went well. There was no reason for them to not reunite me and my daughter. And that's the issue here. Is that these guys tried to silence me, which is a violation of my First Amendment right to freedom of speech and my right to freedom of religion. That's number one. Number two, when I stood up for myself, they used my daughter as a weapon in order to hurt me and punish me because I was standing up for myself, not just as a victim, but as a family member of law enforcement and military personnel. So, where those two situations are concerned, what's been going on with regards to me and my family was absolutely wrong. And so that's not the people that they placed my daughter with are not my real family. I don't know these people like that. And in fact, they attempted to take advantage of me having a head injury in order to try and lay claim to being my family. And I believe it was for the purpose of this situation right here. I'm not a paranoid person. I'm not somebody who's afraid of people or afraid to go out in public or any of that. That's not the issue here. The issue here is, was my daughter even qualified for removal under federal and state regulations? And the answer to that is absolutely not. There are actually laws that are set in place in order to protect and defend me and my child as victims. And those laws were not used because they wanted to use my daughter as a weapon to hurt me. They didn't like the fact that I no longer wanted to be attached to her abusive biological father and wished to separate myself from him. I had long since achieved this as a goal and was merely crossing the T's and dotting the I's when Department of Health and Human Services got involved because I had reported that he was being abusive to me in front of my daughter, and it did not occur at his residence. He refused to remove himself in accordance with the court order. So we're all on the same page here. It was in the process of me reporting other things that didn't have anything to do with this situation that happened years before that they decided that they had cause where they really did not, because these issues had been resolved and were no longer a part of my case, which is why it had been closed in the first place. And I had my daughter. So that we're all on the same page here. They actually had no cause to take her other than I did the right thing as a victim and reported me and my daughter being abused by her biological father, who already had a court order to not be there except during visitation. So we're all on the same page. I was consequenced for following a court order with God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day and back the badge.